She asked for my phone password on a Tuesday morning. No fight, no warning, just a quiet accusation disguised as logic. If you have nothing to hide, open it. Her voice was steady, rehearsed, like she'd practiced it in the mirror, convincing herself she was the victim of something she could finally name. I remember looking at her, really looking. The way her eyes didn't meet mine. The way her thumb hovered over her own phone as if ready to shield it. The way her breathing tightened, like someone bracing for impact, not mine, but hers. Something shifted inside me, not anger, not fear, just a click, a tiny internal lock sliding into place. So I handed her my phone, unlocked, wide open. I watched her face freeze, disappointed. She wasn't searching for truth. She was searching for a reason to justify her own guilt. She scrolled anyway. Contacts, messages, apps, her movements frantic, sloppy, almost desperate. I waited. I always wait. When she finally lifted her eyes, I asked one question. Your turn. Her reaction was instant, a recoil, a defensive laugh, a sudden tightening of her grip. My phone is my privacy. Why are you being controlling? And that was it. The moment the last piece of the puzzle fell into place. I didn't argue. I didn't protest. I simply said, okay. Inside, a cold calm spread through me, measured, deliberate. I didn't need her phone then. I already knew I would get the truth, and I already knew how I'd make her hear it. The first crack appeared weeks before the password demand. A late-night notification lighting up her screen, a name I didn't know. A message preview she quickly swiped away. A smile she tried to hide but failed to bury. Tiny details, insignificant to anyone but me. Then came the shift, the quiet emotional distance, the distracted touches, the lingering pauses before she answered a question. I felt her slipping, not physically, emotionally. There is a specific kind of silence a person carries when their heart begins wandering. It is subtle, soft, but unmistakable, like a room that once felt warm, now smelling faintly of someone else's cologne. I told myself not to jump to conclusions. But suspicion doesn't shout, it whispers. And the whisper became impossible to ignore. Her office stories changed, her schedule shifted in ways that didn't fit. She suddenly guarded her phone like a second heartbeat. Still, I stayed quiet. It wasn't love holding me still, it was calculation. Because I don't move on suspicion, I move on certainty. And the night she fell asleep with her phone face down on the bed, breath heavy, I saw a notification glide across the screen. Voice memo saved. From her best friend. Except it wasn't her best friend's name. I memorized the timestamp, not the message, the pattern. Why would she record voice memos for someone? Why? At night? Why whispering? The betrayal wasn't proven, but it was close enough to taste. A metallic truth sitting at the back of my tongue. I didn't confront her, not yet. I needed something irrefutable, something that would break the last illusion cleanly. And deep down, I think she knew I was watching, which is why the guilt began leaking out through the cracks until it finally burst through with that one demand, give me your phone. The irony almost made me smile. I started watching differently after that. Not obsessively, not emotionally, strategically. Patterns tell stories people never speak aloud. Her new perfume, too bright, too sweet, something she had never worn in our years together. Her sudden laughter at texts she never showed me. The way she faced the wall when replying, as though the pixels might betray her. Every clue sat quietly in my mind, arranging itself into a shape I didn't want to name yet. Then came the shower, her phone buzzing on the counter, water running, steam rising, an opportunity disguised as routine. I didn't touch the phone. I didn't need her password. Bluetooth doesn't ask for permission once paired. I connected her phone to the living room speaker. The device name lit up instantly. She'd paired it before. So casual, so careless. The most dangerous kind of liar is the one who forgets their own habits. The speaker blinked, waiting. I walked back to the bathroom door, hearing the water beating against tile, her soft humming underneath it. Content, relaxed, oblivious. I scrolled through her audio files. Dozens of voice memos, short ones, long ones, all recent. My fingers hovered over them, but I didn't listen. Not then. Truth hits harder when it is not filtered through your own ears, but exposed in the open air, where it cannot be denied or softened or twisted. I selected the most recent memo, the one recorded less than an hour earlier. Then I walked away, sat on the couch, waited. The steam billowed under the bathroom door. Her phone glowed in my hand. And when I pressed play, the room filled with her voice, soft, breathless, confessing things she never said to me, laughing about moments she claimed were just office jokes, whispering about her crush, her feelings, her fantasies, all shared with the man she swore was just a colleague. I didn't feel anger, only clarity, sharp, cold, precision cut. When the bathroom door finally opened and she stepped out, wrapped in a towel, hair dripping, her body froze mid-step, because her own voice was still speaking, and my silence was louder than any accusation. "I gave you my password," I finally said. 4 words, nothing more. Her face collapsed, because she understood. Not the action, the implication. You demanded transparency. I gave it freely. You hid the truth, and I let you expose yourself. She tried to speak, but the words drowned in her throat. I stood up slowly, deliberately, every movement controlled. "You weren't looking for trust," I said. "You were looking for justification." Her eyes filled with tears she hadn't earned. I made one mistake. No,